Hi, it's Cindy again. I just wanted to stop by today and talk a little bit about chronic fatigue, but I think first I want to talk about medications for fibromyalgia and different things that I have. I'm going to show you real quick the medications that I take every day, and I have a couple that are, as needed. But I'm going to show you that right now. Okay. Let me get this camera where you can see them. But this is what I take every day. Okay. Hope you can see that. These big pills, I take 2 of these in the morning and 2 at night. These are actually for chronic dry eye. And that's because I had LASIK surgery, and then I developed chronic dry eye after that. But I'll tell you more about that surgery a little bit later, probably maybe in another video. But anyway, that's what these drops and everything are for too. This is Restasis. I do 1 in the morning and 1 at night. I do this refresh in between as many times as I need to. They tell me 4 to 5 times a day. Sometimes I use it that much and sometimes I don't. This is just, these 2 are over the counter. This is Cystane. It's a eye drop gel, and those go in at bedtime into my eyes. But anyways, this is the cream that I use for the rashes that I get on my arms, my elbows and all that. But it doesn't seem to be working right now. It worked really good at first, and then the next time I used it, it didn't work, and I thought it was because the one I had was expired. But this is my mom's, and it doesn't expire till next year, and it's not working either. This is what the rash is looking like on my arms. It's so itchy. Sometimes I just claw at it because it's so itchy. And then it's getting on the other arm too. There's a couple of mosquito bites on my arm, but there's also some rash on there. Anyway, it's just so itchy sometimes. But anyway, so that's that, and that, and that. And these are the eye pills. They're called hydro caps. They're for lubrication, for dry eye. This is my blood pressure pill. It's called Bistolic. I take 1 of those a day. This is Flexeril cyclobenzaprine. It's a muscle relaxer, and I don't know how it helps with fibro, but it helps with the stiffness. I don't have near as much stiffness as I used to have, but I've been on this Flexeril. It's supposed to be 3 times a day. I've been on it for like 15 years, and I actually don't take 3 a day because sometimes it makes you sleepy. So I really mostly just take 1 at bedtime, but sometimes, on the weekends I'll take the 3 a day. Let's see what else I have here. This is just a baby aspirin, for your heart. So I take that. And then these are my pain meds for the fibro. And I can take that every 6 hours. It's actually Percocet 10-3-25. I can take it every 6 hours, but I usually only take, well, if I'm working, I don't really take it at work. I can't because I have to drive and everything. And although I feel like, I feel normal when I take it, that it doesn't make me, groggy or anything, I'm not sure, You can't be positive about that. But anyway, on the weekends and everything, I do take them every 6 hours. So that would be 4 of those. And this is another pain medicine. It's every 12 hours. And like I said, when I'm working, I only take that at night. But on the weekends, I take it in the morning and at night. This is Mobic. See if I can think. I can't think of the generic name right now, but Mobic is an anti-inflammatory, and even though fibromyalgia is not an inflammatory disease, it seems to help somehow. I don't know how, but it does help, because I have tried, going without it for a day or two, and I can feel a big difference in soreness and tenderness and all that kind of stuff. So it does help. So that's Mobic. I believe it's 10 milligrams. This is Xanax, and I take that, as needed for anxiety and, nervousness, and sometimes I take it to sleep at night, because this is actually my sleeping pill. It's Ambien, 10 milligrams, and sometimes I will rotate it, because after you've been on one or the other for a while, they don't work as well, and sometimes they don't work at all for me. So sometimes I'll take the Xanax, and sometimes I'll take the Ambien. And sometimes at 3 a.m., if I'm still wide awake, I'll take them both. And this is calcium with vitamin D3. That's for my osteoporosis. And this is just a super B complex vitamin. And then this is another B12 vitamin. This is Phenergan. It's for nausea, because of all these medicines, sometimes you'll get nauseated. And this is Bentyl. It's for irritable bowel syndrome, and it's an antispasmodic. What it does is decrease, the spasms in your intestines, because irritable bowel is very, very painful. Very, very painful. It's just spasm after spasm after spasm. If you can imagine like really bad menstrual cramps, multiply that by about 10, and that's what irritable bowel syndrome feels like when it's in a big, huge flare. But I'll talk more about that in a little bit. I just wanted to go over the medications that I take, and that's what I take. This one is over the counter. It is like $32 a bottle, and it's for about 60 capsules, and that lasts for about a month. And the Flexeril is pretty cheap. Even when the insurance doesn't pay, it's not very much, $10 or $15. I'm on one of those high deductible insurance plans now due to the Affordable Care Act. A lot of employers like mine are not offering anything but high deductible insurance plans, and although I pay $300 a month for insurance, I have to pay full price for everything, including medications, until that $3,000 deductible is met. So it took me almost 10 months this year to meet the deductible, and there were things, I had to pay for that weren't covered at all by insurance, like the eye surgery and stuff like that. But and there's some medications that they don't even count, like the pain meds. They didn't even count the pain medication that I have to pay for every month, which is $150 a month. This blood pressure pill, I don't remember how much it is without insurance, but even with insurance, it's like $50 a month. And the Xanax, I can't remember how much it is. It's not real expensive, like $30 or something like that. And then let's see, the Ambien, it wasn't real expensive either, maybe $30 a month or something like that. A lot of them I get, well, I can get all the prescription ones except for the pain medication through mail order, so it's a little bit cheaper, but it takes at least 2 weeks to get it after my doctor faxes the order to the mail order. I don't remember how much the Bentyl and stuff is either, but whatever it is, I just have to pay for it. But it's really expensive. Every time I go to my doctor every 3 months, the office visit's $150, and I have to pay that because these 2 months where my deductible were met, I wasn't due to see her. And you can't really go early because of the pain medications. She can't write them early. So anyway, it's kind of a catch-22. But anyway, that's about medications. I can't think of anything else that I take right now. I think that's about it. But like I said, the cost of the insurance is like $300 a month. Now that includes my middle son, because he's only 23 and he's on my insurance. And that's including, you know, vision and dental and major medical, like with a $3,000 deductible each. And like I said, there's a lot of things that don't even count against that deductible. Like last year, what I had was LASIK surgery on my eyes, on both eyes, and it was $4,000. And I wanted that. It was something I wanted. Of course, it's elective surgery, and I wanted it because I really hated wearing glasses. I'd been wearing glasses for about 10 years. So I got the LASIK surgery, and due to the autoimmune disease, it took 4 months for that to heal. I say a lot because I'm trying to think of what I want to say. I do have some brain fog, and it, like, I'll be thinking of something and it's hard to get it out. It's like my mind works faster than my mouth works. My mouth can't catch up with what my brain is trying to, you know, get through. Anyway, I can, you know, do things. It's just sometimes I have to sit and think, what am I doing? You know, what did I come in here for? I'll go into a room for something and do totally something different, and then have to go back for the first thing I went in there for. I mean, it's just constant with stuff like that. But I will say a lot, and you'll see me looking down. That's because I'm trying to think what I want to say. I guess I should make notes what I want to tell y'all, and maybe I'll start doing that so it'll be a little bit easier. But that's mainly what I wanted to talk about. When you have surgeries or anything, sometimes it takes a long time to heal. It took me 4 months to heal from LASIK surgery. My vision was blurry all the time. It was really hard to drive, and I had those bright halos around lights. Like, I'll be trying to drive, and I had to drive at night a lot too, because of my job. Sometimes I don't get home till after dark, you know. Sometimes it's 9 or 10 o'clock. It can be even later. But like stoplights, you know, the red, green, and all that, it would have like these big starburst around it, about, you know, way far out from it. And so all you could see were these bright starburst things. And then, like, if a car was, you know, on the other side, I was passing a car, you know, going the other direction, their headlights would just totally blind me. It was horrible. And like the street lights, you know how they're really high up, but they had these giant halos around them. So all I could see was just lights, lights, lights everywhere. It was awful. And that lasted for months and months and months and months. And the blurriness of my vision, it was horrible. Sometimes I would have to close one eye to drive, because one of my eyes is for, you know, close up, and the other one is for distance. So I would have to close the other eye so that I could drive. Anyway, that was horrible. And I'm still going back to the eye doctor. I was only supposed to have to go back like, I think a week after or 2 weeks after, and then like 3 months later. But I've been to the eye doctor countless times. And right now, she told me to come back July the 7th. And I was there like, maybe 3 weeks ago. Anyways, she said a lot of it is from the dry eye. And since I had been doing the Restasis for like almost a month at that time, it had really improved the dry eye. And she told me to continue what I was doing and come back on July the 7th. So I think that was April, May, June, July. That was like 3 months or something from when I started it. But anyway, the Restasis is helping a lot. My vision does still get blurry here and there. It's not all the time now like it was. I can see much, much better. And if my eyes get blurry, I put, you know, eye drops in. But I really think a lot of it had to do with the slow healing from autoimmune disease. I really do. Because like I had said earlier, I had 5 oral surgeries. like over the last 2.5 years. It's been over a year since the last one, and those took forever to heal. I mean, forever. I could barely eat, you know, for months and months and months and months and months. And just like this rash, it won't go away. You can't get it to heal. They call it dermatitis. It's just a catch-all for, you know, stuff like rashes. But anyways, I guess that's all for this video. I think I'll do another one, start another one, and talk about chronic fatigue syndrome. Okay? So, I'm going to use my trusty little new remote here and see if I can turn this video off. And I'll be back shortly. Okay, didn't work.